Hello, Planeswalkers. Welcome to the Lotus Archives, the heart of arcane knowledge and the realm of Magic the Gathering. Guided by the sages at KLVD Studios, embark on a journey through ancient scrolls and powerful spells. From deck-building enchantments to legendary battlefield stories, we bring you the wisdom and wonder of commanding. Whether you're a master mage or just tapping into your powers, the mysteries of the multiverse are yours to discover. Let the magic begin.
Hello, Planeswalkers. Welcome back to the next episode of the Lotus Archives. As always, I am Kava.
What's up, everybody? This is Jack.
And this week, we are just on the tail end of Comic-Con, where they released a shit ton of spoilers for Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
We do not have the full set list yet, but we wanted to talk about some of our speculations, as well as go over a few of the cards that we saw released that we were very excited for. And we are getting some new 3-color commanders. So,
hell yeah. These are going to be really sweet.
Yeah. So, we are going to start. We got Peter Parker. So, Peter Parker starts as a 1 and a white for a 0-1 human scientist hero. And he is going to read, when Peter Parker enters, create a 2-1 green spider creature token with reach. But it reads 1 green, white, blue, transform Peter Parker, activate only as a sorcery. And when he transforms, he is now the Amazing Spider-Man. And he is
Ta-da!
1 green, white, blue for a 4-4 spider-human hero with vigilance and reach. And he reads, each legendary spell you cast that's 1 or more colors has web slinging, green, white, blue. And we got a little taste of what web slinging is. And web slinging reads in the rules reminder text on the Amazing Spider-Man, you may cast a spell for its web slinging cost if you also return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. Well,
it's pretty good.
Shit. I mean,
It's a very good way to sneak him out and get him out there quick.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be the first to say I read this card wrong when I first saw it. And I thought it said legendary creatures. No, it's legendary
it's all
spells. So
any legendary spell, yeah. There's some really big ones out there in those colors.
I mean, you don't even have to use those. You got to use those colors, Commander Identity, but it could be just a straight green card, blue, white. So, Jack, how would you go about building a card like this?
1 or more colors, so yeah. Oh, Legend Tribal for sure. I mean, the first crazy thing that popped into my head for that was... actually, it just came to me while we were talking about and reading it. Alrune's Epiphany is a legendary sorcery from Kaldheim that basically grants you an extra turn on top of, I think it makes you a Raven token as well.
I think so.
Or like a bird token. But it's a legendary sorcery that gives you an extra turn. It costs, a crap ton of mana on its own. But if you have, this little spider and you tap it for some reason, maybe you just, these guys are all cheap. So all these commanders are talking about, they're all only 2 mana.
Yes.
They're all only 1 in their respective color, which is insane. So, you don't have to tap, you don't have to return a token creature or a non-token creature. You can just bounce up whatever you've got on hand that you could have tapped for any reason, maybe to crew a vehicle, maybe to crew, station a spacecraft, maybe to tap for a springleaf drum, any of those cool things, tap it for a convoke, whatever, and you just play these crazy big spells or creatures for free, essentially. It's like it's, it's banned, basically. You just pay boom, there you go. You get some crazy shenanigans with it. I think it's going to be insane. I think he's definitely. I mean, it's Spider-Man, right? It's the OG
Yeah.
Spider-Man. It's Peter Parker. It's the one we all know, the one we all love. So it stands to reason that his abilities would be one of the top tier. You know, he's the best web slinger out there. I do like that they try to capture the flavor of, swinging around, going from one thing to the next, one building to the next. As in, like, it's going to your hand, then it's coming back, then it's, flying all over the place. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
I'm
an
not sure how
interest.
else they would have. Yeah, I don't know how else you would have tried to capture the essence of what that is.
The only other way I would have seen that happen is if they did something along the lines of like ninjutsu
Yeah.
of swinging in quickly.
Yep.
But this
But
is
I think this is what it's supposed to be.
yeah, this is a unique mechanic on its own. I feel
Although
like
you can actually do if you have a legendary, if you have Flash out in some way, you can do this at instant speed like ninjutsu.
mm-hmm.
So if you have something like a Vidalcanori or a Leyline of Anticipation or anything that gives your stuff Flash, then yeah, this is basically just ninjutsu. You can attack with one of your. I mean, you can't do it with Spider-Man because he's got vigilance.
Yeah,
So you'd have to tap him in some other way. But yeah, that can totally work
yeah,
with that. That's really wild.
yeah. It's
Damn. That's really cool. Actually,
yeah.
that's pretty sweet.
It's a cool freaking card. Um,
Oh yeah,
it's an interesting mechanic with the whole web swinging stuff. Um,
I love it. I'm gonna
yeah,
build him. I'm already saying now. I'm locking it in. I'm gonna build this guy.
yeah.
I needed a band commander. Here he is. I needed one to round out my collection. That's it.
But all right, so the next one, I'm just gonna go straight across. Is
Yep.
we have Miles Morales, one in a green for a 1/2 human citizen hero, and he reads: when Miles Morales enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And then it reads
Yep.
3 red, green, white. Transform Miles Morales. And we get Ultimate Spider-Man. 4/4 or 4/3 Spider Human
Yep.
Hero with First Strike and Haste. And he has a unique
pretty good.
ability called Camouflage. Pay 2 generic. Put a +1/+1 counter on Ultimate Spider-Man. He gains hexproof and becomes colorless until end of turn. Whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control.
It's pretty good.
Wow. So,
Yeah. He's pretty potent there.
I mean, granted, that whole camouflage thing, it's going to get around a lot of niche removal spells.
Oh, for sure. I really like the idea of it because I mean Miles definitely hit the lotto jackpot with all of his crazy spider powers. He's able to conduct electricity. He's able to go invisible on top of all the regular Spider-Man effects. So the spider that bit him was definitely a different and unique case for sure. I like the idea of doubling the number of counters. He's definitely going to be geared more towards your typical Naya based +1/+1 counter shenanigans. There's a plethora of cards in those colors to take advantage of that and just break it to no end.
I mean, reading
So
this,
I think
if
it'll be
I'm
powerful for
building,
that.
yeah, if I'm building a Spider-Man deck this year, I'm gonna probably build Miles Morales. Yes, Peter Parker
Yeah, dude.
is very interesting, but I see Miles Morales and I see his Ultimate Spider-Man. I like it a lot. not
He's
to
really
mention
cool.
the artwork is great on the Ultimate Spider-Man flip side. Um,
Yep.
Plus, the ability is very, very unique. I have a feeling you can pull some shenanigans turning him colorless.
Oh, I'm sure they're definitely out there, 100%.
I'll have to do some research and find some fun shit that I can do turning him colorless. But
Absolutely. The
the
last
net,
one we got is also very interesting and
yes.
had my interest as well for a hot minute because I like what she's all about.
So what do we got, Jack?
We got Gwen Stacy. So she's a one in a red legendary creature human performer hero. As this is basically Gwen Stacy. If you've seen the Spider-Verse film, so like this is that Gwen Stacy, not the one from the Amazing Spider-Man films with Andrew Garfield. This is the like alternate other version of Gwen where she's like a drummer in a band, rock star basically.
Yeah.
So that's where the performer comes from. And when she enters, you exile a top card of your library, and you may play that card for as long as you can control Gwen Stacy. And she's got for 2 in Jeskai, so blue, red, white. Transform her, activate only as a sorcery, into Ghost Spider. She's got Flying, Vigilance, and Haste, which I absolutely love those keywords there. It's a great combination of keywords.
Oh yeah.
And whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, you get a 1/1 counter on Ghost Spider. And then you remove 2 counters from Ghost Spider, exile top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So
that's pretty tight.
she's pretty damn cool with those effects. I mean, I have my Prosper deck that's all about casting spells from exile, so I love the idea of, casting things from alternate areas where normally you wouldn't be able to. And the fact that you can, she gets bigger and then you can remove counters from her to, perpetuate and keep her ball rolling is cool. I do love commanders that are self-reliant and self-sufficient, that, they have the thing that they do, and then that also couples into their other ability that lets them kind of keep their ball rolling. So if I didn't already have a Jeskai deck, she might actually have been my top pick. But since I already have an Exile deck and a Jeskai deck, for me personally, I might end up passing on her, but she is super cool and just an amazing card to build and play with those abilities. Plus, she's just a badass character.
Yes.
And she's a cool one.
Yeah. So the whole purpose of this video is we have these 3 flip commanders. Yeah, we have a bunch of other legendary creatures. We got Spider-Ham. We got Spectacular Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man. Doc Ock. Anti-Venom. We got all these great cards. But we both feel that there might be a few more flip commander cards that we're going to see.
At least 2, yeah.
So we wanted to jump on this speculation train before everyone else does.
Love this. We love speculation.
Yeah. There is one major character that we feel could definitely fill one of the slots, and that is the great Eddie Brock.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, why do you feel like Eddie Brock is going to get one of these cards? And let's do some speculations on what type of card he's going to be.
Absolutely. So Eddie Brock, as we all know, turns into Venom, which we have a few Venom cards already. Like, he's in those welcome decks. We've got an uncommon version of him, which is pretty cool. I definitely feel like because he's sort of the antithesis to what, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Gwen, and Miles, and, all those are, he's basically the opposite of them in a lot of ways, being like the symbiote and all this other stuff. So, but he's very similar in his abilities and the transformation aspect of that character. So I think it's very likely that we could see a front face of Eddie Brock that then has the same transform abilities to go into a new mythic 3-color version of Venom. What those 3 colors could be, that's where the really fun begins, because honestly, it's anyone's guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Really.
I know we
There's
already.
a few likely options, but
Yeah, I have a feeling we will see a Eddie Brock Venom.
yep.
The other one would be Norman Osborn.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I have a feeling we might very well see him, and he could either end up being Grixis, most
Yeah.
likely. Either Grixis, maybe. I'd say Mardu, but I feel like Eddie Brock might end up going Mardu.
Yeah, I could say so. As far as their 3 colors go, a Norman Osborn that flips into Green Goblin could very likely be Grixis. I feel it'd be hard pressed to argue that he could be any other combination. I'm sure someone would probably be like, "Oh, he could be Esper," but like, in what way does Green Goblin
Have any
fit into the white
control?
philosophy?
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's Green Goblin is a creature of chaos and just madness, right? Like, there's no rhyme or reason to why he does what he does. He's just, he's evil. He's scientific. He's like this mad genius that, it's like the Jekyll and Hyde character of this. Like Norman Osborn's that more like calculating mindset, and then he flips over to this mad, insane creature of evil and anarchy. So I feel like Grixis is really one of the only key things he could be as far as that goes. I don't know if anybody could really sway my opinion on that one.
Yeah, Grixis, I think, is going to be way to go for him. Esper,
Yeah,
nope.
if we do see that,
Yeah,
no,
if
I
we
don't
see him.
see. Yeah, it's
So,
it's highly possible.
yeah, so we have a strong feeling that we might see at least one more. We're both kind of hoping for Eddie
Yeah,
Brock. Um,
my money's definitely on an Eddie Brock. That flips over to Venom. As far as his abilities would be interesting to question on, as we'd have to see, because we do have a few Venom cards already
mhm.
that we can base some of this stuff on. As if you look at the scene card for Venom, it's a Golgari.
Yes.
So if that's anything to base our, speculations and ideas on, right? It's Venom Deadly Devourer, 2 black and a green, Vigilance and Menace for a 4/4 that has pay 3, exile a creature from your graveyard, and you get X1 counters on a symbiote, and then X is that, exiled card's toughness. So we could see something along the lines of maybe a Jund style of him, or something along those lines that could fit into the kind of graveyard devour aspect of him. Like, I would love to see him with that devour mechanic where like you flip him over and like it's devour something where he just gobbles up some tokens or some creatures that you might have made,
Yeah, that'd be pretty
and then he
fucking
just gets
cool.
huge from that.
That would actually be really fucking cool.
Right? Like, you could have him be, I don't know, 3 in Jund and make him like a 5/5 or something, because he's a big, right? Venom's a big dude.
Yeah.
Like in all the comics and all the, most games and stuff we see of him. The third Spider-Man Sam Raimi film doesn't count. That was a weird looking Venom.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that. That Venom was a little wonky looking, but it was their first time, so I'll give him a pass on. It was a pretty good looking Venom for what it was back then. Fucking scared the shit out of me when I saw him as a kid. That thing was terrifying. I think it was a creepy old dude.
Yeah.
But I think we could definitely see some really cool stuff with it.
So, on another note, we did get an interesting card that from this set, not necessarily legendary creature, commander related, but I think it's going to open the door, especially for the other Marvel sets that are bound to happen. we have the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
It's on the board now. This is such a freaking interesting card. I want to see more of them.
Yeah.
It's a
We will.
Yeah.
I've seen reports and different clips that we will be getting more of these throughout the next several years.
I was gonna say because Soulstone was pretty much a lot of the times tied to Spider-Man. In the comics, that is. We're not talking about MCU here, unfortunately, but the Soulstone is 1 in a black for a legendary artifact, Infinity Stone, and it has indestructible. Tap,
Of course.
add black. Then it says 6 black, tap. Exile a creature you control. Harness
Gotta pay that
the
price.
Soul Stone. Once harnessed, its infinity ability is activated. And it reads infinite. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
It's very good.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
There's not much.
I've seen a lot of speculation on that one.
Yeah. I'd be really interested to see some of these other ones. I mean, that whole infinite ability is freaking tight. Especially for like an
It's a lot of mana to get there.
Yeah, it's only 7 mana.
The price to get there, little 7 mana in one of your creatures, which could be whatever creature you have around. It could just be some random token that you still have to get rid of. But the price for it does match, because of course you have to exile things, so you get rid of it for good, it's gone.
Yep.
As is the price for the Soul Stone, right? Soul for a soul. It's a very cool, unique thing that I personally was not expecting.
No,
I just thought this would be a fun. I thought it'd be a fun random Spider-Man set with just Into the Spider-Verse cards and basic regular Spider-Man stuff. Was not. I thought it was gonna be a one of too. Like I just thought this would be like a one of random Marvel set that we got just to fill in some gap of the year.
Well, they did say last year that Marvel was coming because we were doing our speculation video at the beginning of the year here when they announced Spider-Man. Because right before that, you had New York City Comic Con, and they announced that Secret Lair with Black Panther, Wolverine, Storm, and Iron Man.
Captain America,
and Captain.
Iron Man, yep.
And we all thought we were going to see an Avengers one fucking first. But we got Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which made it interesting. They probably had a little bit better abilities they could do with a straight Spider-Man with the web slinging and that stuff.
Right.
But I was not expecting this level of power from a card.
No.
And
nope.
I also wasn't expecting returning cards from your graveyard in Spider-Man.
I mean, it's what the Soul Stone does. It, brings things back. For the most part, it's, its power was never really delved into on its own in the Infinity War. We usually saw more of like what the Power Stone does, what the Space Stone does. So like we know more about the other stones than we do about the Soul Stone. Like that's the one that's like, it's been so ambiguous on what it can do, just on its own. So I'm actually surprised that we got that one first.
Yeah.
A bit like, but I get that it ties into Spider-Man and its card arts are fantastic. I love the gauntlet art of it. I hope we see more of that. And the thing I saw for it, or the rumors and stuff I've heard through the grapevine on the Infinity Stones, is that they will be slowly drip fed to us over the next like 4, maybe 5 years or so. Like,
yeah, I would assume
we're not gonna get them all at once. Yeah, it's gonna be one every year for the next 4 to 5 years.
Yeah,
I believe so, because there's 6 of them now. So for the next like 5 years, we're gonna get them, and then probably with the last one, that drops, being whichever one it is, that one will likely incorporate the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
So they're basically just giving us our own like Infinity Saga in Magic the Gathering, which is pretty unique. I didn't have that on my future MTG bingo card, so that's pretty cool. I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm a big Marvel fan. I'm all for it coming to my favorite card game, personally.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they actually end up doing with it, because
It'll be cool. It'll be cool to see what other Marvel cards they make.
I mean, like we were just talking briefly, I want to see how they are going to incorporate the Infinity Gauntlet, because something huge has to happen if you're able to put all of them onto the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, you fucking destroy the world. Like, that should be an automatic win.
Yeah, I know in our Discord we were talking about like how it's got to be like a random, like one of the abilities on it's probably going to be Snap, where you randomly like roll a die or randomly, however, pick a player or somebody and just make them poof out of existence.
Yeah.
And just like make them lose the game. That's gotta be one of their abilities. It's gotta be like 6 and Snap, like 6 colorless, tap it, snap, and you wipe out a random player.
I can see them. Oh, man, it's tough. Speculations like this are always tough because we're probably 5 years out before we actually see this card.
Right, like that one's way out. We're more likely gonna get our Eddie Brock Venom card. I think that one's actually gonna be. I'm really amped to put some money on that one. I think we'll definitely get in the next couple of weeks. We'll see an Eddie Brock thing. One that I actually just realized we had that I completely forgot about was a Carnage.
Yep.
I completely forgot we have Carnage here.
That was released the other day. It's not a very good picture of it, but
no, it's not.
I'll throw it up on the board here. It's
got mayhem.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool. I'm sure we'll get a better card art thing for it. So like from what we have with it here, when it enters, and it's 2 in Rakdos, so it's 2 black red. When it enters, you return a creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it gains this creature attacks each combat if able, and if it deals combat damage to a player, you sacrifice it. So, pretty unique in a similar sense to like Alicia Smiles at Death.
Yep.
You know, something like that, where it's like, I think it could fit well in the 99 of a deck like that, rather than be its own commander. So, there's a lot of cards in this set that fit that bill. Like, they're really good on their own. Oh my god,
yeah.
But probably not for the commander slot itself.
Yeah. No. But
no.
For that, because this episode was all about spoilers, we are going to forgo talking about any more spoilers. But we do want to mention we are starting up our very own MTGO Commander broadcast, and it's gonna be our live stream of games we play. We are looking for people that want to jump on there and play some games with us. If we get enough people, maybe we'll do a league, set up some house rules for that league.
Yep.
This is going to be to collect data as we're playing. And I know most of us don't have time to go sit at the LGS every night or every Friday or every week for 4+ hours. But most people can sit at their computer desk for an hour or so and play a couple games. So, if you're interested in that, let us know. Just comment us. I'll figure out how to reach you, and I'll send you a Discord invite, and we will go from there. But, as always, I'm Kava.
This is Jack.
And we will catch you guys all next time.